I never imagined that my very first freelancing gig, just a simple $50 project, would one day turn into $500,000. But that's the reality of freelancing, and that's exactly the journey I'm about to share with you. Welcome to Legend Made Here, the place where ordinary stories turn into extraordinary success. Think about it. We live in a world where opportunities are literally one click away. Yet, most people scroll past them every single day. But what if I told you that the difference between staying broke and making $500,000 isn't luck, isn't connections? It's simply the decision to start. The truth is, freelancing is more than just making quick money online. It's about building a career, financial freedom, and the kind of lifestyle where you don't just survive, you thrive. This story isn't about someone born rich or handed opportunities. It's about starting with nothing but a laptop, an internet connection, and the courage to say yes to the very first $50 gig. So before you skip this video, let me ask you a simple question. What if your very first client could change your entire life? Because that's what happened to me. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how that one tiny step became a journey worth $500,000. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just hear a story. You'll see the roadmap of how your freelancing career could explode beyond your imagination. When I first started freelancing, things were nothing like the highlight reels you see on social media. There were no overnight riches, no fancy offices, no dream lifestyle. In fact, my first $50 gig barely covered my internet bill for the month. At that time, I was struggling. Bills were piling up. The pressure of family expectations was crushing, and every rejection email from clients felt like another brick added to my shoulders. Sound familiar? Because I know most freelancers start right there, at rock bottom, with more doubts than confidence. I remember staying up till 3 a.m., sending proposal after proposal on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, often with no reply. Some clients ghosted me. Others said, "Sorry, you don't have enough experience." And that stings. But here's the truth. Every successful freelancer has faced that exact same wall. The difference is whether you keep pushing or you quit. Most people see freelancing as a side hustle, but for me, it was survival. I wasn't chasing luxury. I was chasing rent money. And that pressure? That's what forced me to learn, to adapt, and to fight harder than anyone else. This part of the journey is the hardest because nobody claps for you, nobody believes in you, and the income looks like pocket change. But if you can endure this phase, if you can stay consistent when everything tells you to give up, that's when you set the foundation for something much bigger. Because sometimes the darkest nights produce the brightest stars, and this $50 start was about to turn into something beyond my wildest imagination. Prompts. Every freelancer has that one moment when things finally shift. And for me, it came after months of struggle, endless proposals, and dozens of rejections. I was on the edge of giving up, but then one client changed everything. It wasn't a huge project. In fact, it was just a $200 job. But here's the difference. Instead of treating it like a quick gig, I treated it like $1 million deal. I over-delivered, I communicated daily, and I made sure the client felt like they were my only priority. And guess what? That client didn't just give me a 5-star review. They referred me to 2 other businesses. Within 3 months, what was once a $200 gig turned into $3,000 worth of projects. For the first time, I felt momentum, and that's the magic of freelancing. The breakthrough wasn't about luck. It was about strategy, choosing the right niche, learning high-demand skills, building trust with every client. Numbers don't lie. In the first year, my freelancing income grew from $50 to nearly $10,000. And once I saw that growth curve, I knew one thing. This wasn't just a side hustle anymore. This was a career. That one turning point showed me the formula. If you can master skill, service, and consistency, even the smallest project can become the seed of a six-figure journey. And that's when I stopped seeing freelancing as a survival plan and started seeing it as the blueprint to financial freedom. Once the momentum started, everything changed. What used to feel impossible suddenly became predictable. But here's the secret. Freelancing growth isn't about luck. It's about building systems. After crossing my first $10,000 milestone, I realized that freelancing isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter. Instead of taking every low-paying project, I started focusing only on high-value clients. That shift alone doubled my income in just 6 months. I began learning the skills that businesses actually pay big money for: digital marketing, content strategy, and tech-driven solutions. And with every new skill I added, my value in the market multiplied. But scaling wasn't just about skill, it was about structure. I hired part-time assistants, built a small remote team, and created templates for my proposals and contracts. Suddenly, I was no longer chasing clients. They were chasing me. Here's the formula I discovered. Leverage high-demand niches: tech, finance, digital marketing build, personal branding, LinkedIn, portfolio, social proof. Systemize your workflow, time management, productivity tools, delegation. Within 2 years, my freelancing career wasn't just paying my bills. It was generating over 6 figures annually. And the best part? I was working fewer hours, but earning more than I ever imagined. Scaling transformed me from a hustling freelancer into a business owner. That's the moment I realized. Freelancing isn't just a side hustle anymore. It's a scalable empire waiting to be built. Prompts. This is where the journey takes a turn most people can't even imagine. From my very first $50 gig to $500,000 in freelancing revenue. And trust me, it didn't happen overnight, but when it happened, it felt unreal. There's a moment in every freelancer's life when the numbers on the screen don't just represent money, they represent freedom. I remember opening my account and seeing $100,000 earned. For a kid who once struggled to pay internet bills, that number looked like a dream, but the dream kept growing. $200K, $300K, and eventually over $500,000. This transformation wasn't just financial, it was personal. Freelancing gave me the freedom to choose my clients, work from anywhere, and design a life on my terms. I was no longer trapped by a 9-to-5, no longer begging for opportunities. I was creating them. The craziest part? That small $50 job was the seed of it all. Imagine planting a tiny seed in rough soil, watering it with consistency, and watching it grow into a tree that provides shade for generations. That's what freelancing became for me. Not just income, but independence, confidence, and control. And here's the truth. If it can happen for me, it can happen for anyone willing to stay consistent, keep learning, and never give up. Because the extreme transformation doesn't come from shortcuts. It comes from persistence. By now, you've seen the story. But what matters more is the roadmap. Because stories inspire, but strategies transform. Here are the exact lessons that turned $50 into $500,000. 1. Choose high-demand niches. Don't waste your energy on low-paying skills. The fastest growth comes from niches like finance, digital marketing, AI tools, and tech solutions. Businesses spend thousands in these areas every single month. Position yourself where the money flows. 2. Master client communication skills get you noticed, but communication gets you paid. Be clear, professional, and consistent. Over-deliver. Treat every client, even a $50 one, like they're worth $1 million. That's how you build lifelong partnerships. 3. Build systems, not chaos. The freelancers who burn out are the ones who never build systems. use productivity tools, create proposal templates, automate what you can, and delegate when possible. Systems free your time, and free time means scaling. 4. Invest in yourself. The biggest turning point came when I stopped hesitating to buy courses, tools, or mentorship. Every dollar I invested in myself multiplied tenfold in income. Don't see it as cost, see it as growth. If you follow these lessons, your freelancing career won't just be about survival. It will be about freedom, growth, and the power to design a life on your own terms. Because the truth is simple, freelancing doesn't just pay bills, it pays dreams. So, what started as a small $50 project turned into a freelancing empire worth $500,000. But let's be clear, this isn't just my story. This could be yours too. The real question isn't whether freelancing works. The question is, are you willing to start? Because every success story, every millionaire freelancer, begins with that first uncertain step. If there's one takeaway from my journey, it's this. Consistency beats talent, persistence beats luck, and small beginnings create massive transformations. Imagine where you could be a year from now if you stopped doubting yourself and started building. Maybe you won't hit $500,000 immediately, but what if you hit $50,000? What if you earned more than your 9-5, more than you ever thought possible? Freelancing isn't just about money, it's about freedom. The freedom to work from anywhere, the freedom to choose your clients, the freedom to design a lifestyle that excites you every single day. And if you've watched this far, it means you're serious about your future. So here's my call to action. Subscribe to Legend Made Here for more stories, strategies, and roadmaps that turn ordinary people into extraordinary success stories. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this today. Remember, your $50 gig might be waiting for you right now, and who knows? That one small step could be the beginning of your $500,000 journey. Your legend isn't found, it's made, and it starts here,